Everybody out there in YouTube land, I want to elaborate on the road rage. It seems to be a topic of great interest since I got 300 some odd views on my road rage video. And it seems we do a lot of driving, so I think it's terribly relevant. So I'm going to set this down here, flip it around, and we're going to talk about road rage and how to stay. Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, let's do this one more time. Welcome to another episode of the Sidewalk Sane with your host, the brother Phil. Good energy. Hold on, I'm gonna give you your ghost coffee. Ooh, spooky. Oh, drink me or you're gonna pass out and not have fun today because you're gonna be pissed off because you didn't drink your coffee. Yeah, this stuff's addictive. Yeah, and let's think about that for a sec. It's terribly relevant. What if you didn't get your morning coffee, man? You're gonna drive like a MF, and that's a fact for sure. If I didn't get my coffee, man, I've done it before. It's okay. You can also change it for tea. Apparently, that's a healthier option. Though I honestly am gonna continue to drink my coffee happily until the day I pass into the other side of the veil. So yeah, I mean, a lot of coffee drinkers in this world. Coffee beans are a big crop. So, anyways, to get to the point. So, I talked a lot about my experiences with road rage, and I've had many, even as a young man, in fact. As a young man, it was, we all had our super wild adventures as young men. Of that, I'm certain you can all agree. Get your first car, doing your first driving, having your first angry people experiences, and being that same person yelling right at them because when you're young you don't know. It's just like, what are you going to get into? Or some of us probably have had the experience where you just put your car in gear and you jump out and shit's about to go down. I've been there more than 20 or 30 times, and I'm grateful that I no longer do those things now. And so that'll be the point of what's going to be in this video now. So let's move on to that. So what did I do to stop myself from being a part of road rage? I think there's a list of 3 things to 4 things. I don't know if I'll get to the 4th in this video, but let's just get started with that. So I think the first thing you got to do, and this is a lot of it's just spiritual standpoint, but also stuff you can do whether or not you're into spiritual stuff. So, take it with a grain of salt, and remember, do things your way. If you want to put out candles and crystals and all that stuff, do it. If you don't really believe in that sort of thing, then you can just do it any old way you want to, because how you want to do things is important. And everybody has their own different, separate expression of how they will do things. And it's actually very important to do it your way. So I just want to key in on that when you're doing your what I'm about to tell you about how to to stay out of road rage. So long story way shorter, I think the good first thing to do is I like to rewire myself, get hardwired to be not so connected to that kind of experience. That'd be the first thing. And how do you do that, Brother Phil? Let me tell you how I do it. How I've done it. My camera's trying to flop around. So how I do it is I imagine myself pulling and disconnecting cables and reconnecting them in different places. So what you want to do is repipe yourself. You're going to grab the wires out of your brain. If everything's hardwired to your brain still, well, it's not. A lot of it still is, though. And so fight or flight is the wire we're looking for here. What's the very remnants of your millionth of a trillionth of a percent of a lizard brain. That really is just there designed to protect you from actual danger, not to create danger, which is what road rage does. It's the stupidest lizard in the world that would create a fight or flight situation. I said that in another video too. And that's what you're doing with road rage. You're creating a fight or flight situation. It does not get dumber than that. I'm not saying you're dumb, but that's not a good idea to create the bad situation. So, and who wants to do that? Nobody, really, in their heart. Some people do, though, because they're crazy. So, take your wires, disconnect your fight or flight wires. Actually, I recommend taking the whole central cable that runs everything and take it out of your brain as your first connection to you, and you put it into your heart, which is going to be your higher self and, you know, the compassionate part of you. And then plug that wire after that then into the brain, so it can filter through the heart first and get to the brain. That's going to give you another 5 seconds of thoughtfulness, usually 5 to 10 seconds of thoughtfulness as things are happening quickly. And it'll be like, well, instead of going, raw, it'll go, well, you know what I mean? I'm not going to use words even to describe that. You get it. You're like, well, yeah. And so that's a big key thing. And you got to remember, you know, what's the difference between these two things? Well, let me explain the difference. The difference is this. The heart, okay, the brain is going to be like eat, sleep, poop, sex, things like that. I know I always bring that up, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody when I always keep saying about sex. Sex is not dirty to me. I think it's a beautiful thing. And the heart will be like, should I share some of this food with my son, or should I give some of this food to that homeless guy? The heart will be like, you know, should I stay awake and protect the village for the evening and then someone else can take over later? Or, you know, like say someone was drunk, so, you know, should I not take advantage of the fact that person's drunk and have sex with them? Your heart thinks about the right path, okay? So in fact, this will do unbelievably amazing things to your entire life if you do this. It'll affect everything, and it's a big deal when you do it. It's real. It really is happening. You're rewiring yourself to make the good decision before the snap decision. Quick decisions, snap decisions. When you just snap and you're angry, that's always bad. It can't be right. That can't be good. It's just, it can't be. You know that. I know that. So we'll acknowledge that together. But when you hear immediately first the compassionate voice, it's going to bring a whole different thing to everything in your life, actually. But let's apply it to a road rage thing, you know. So, hey, the guy got mad. You know what? Don't be a part of it. Do not be a part of it. So that's part two. Part two is don't let it become your experience. So first you hardwire, now you're going to not let it become your experience. You don't have to engage with that person. You don't even need to look at them. And no, don't be afraid they're going to pull out a gun and shoot through your windshield. When you bring those kind of thoughts into your mind, you might bring that actual experience to you. You really need to be careful with this stuff. You really need to be careful. So if you see those things try to pop into your head, it's okay. Just let them roll through, though. Be like, nope, not a chance. Just laugh at them. That's a good thing to do whenever you see crazy thoughts that are just babble. They're just nonsense. You're like, really? You got to show me this guy's shooting me and he's not even out of his car yet? Like, I want to see that. And then you just got to be like, be gone. Just go. Don't get mad at the thought, though, because you'll build up strength around that situation. And in fact, you can create that situation through your fear. What you fear, you draw near, brothers and sisters. So you want to do that. You want to not let it become your experience. Another good thing that helps with that same part of what I'm talking about is, right, Captain, smoke your cigarette and crash into everybody. So I just named that guy. That was funny. You're going to want to witness it. So what does that mean, Brother Phil? What does witnessing mean? Witnessing means you're not becoming a part of it, so you're not angry. You might feel some emotions, but you're keeping them under control or just staying cool. And then you just watch things as they happen. You're just watching the things happen. You're just looking, you're watching as things happen and letting things happen around you, but you're not becoming the experience at the same time. That's the powerhouse right there. You're like, this is happening. I'm around it and it's around me and I'm not mad, you know. That's very powerful. You might find that the entire experience will just fizzle out, because you also got to remember, this is part 3 of understanding this. Are you ready? They're looking for that angry energy, and that's going to ignite their anger more, and then it's going to reciprocate to you, and it's like a magnifying effect. It will magnify the madness and the anger and the craziness, and they're going to want to jump out of their car, and they're going to want to. They might want to shoot you, yes. But you magnified that situation and brought it into your experience and accepted it and then got angry. And that was what you don't want to do. So that's part 3. You don't want to lend it energy. You're not giving it energy, you're witnessing it. You got to see it. Just witness it. You're just looking, you're just seeing it. You can even look at them and maybe even smile if you want. It can only help if you smile. Believe me, they won't think you're being a smart ass because they can feel the energy behind it. So the energy is what counts there, or the lack thereof energy is what really counts. That's what'll calm the situation down. So I think that's 3 parts there. So let's see if I can remember this exactly. It's God, I can't remember. I can never remember anything. I'm the worst about that stuff. So yeah, and then also, you know, think about the experience afterwards. I'm going to say number 4. Think about what happened, and know in your heart that you don't want that to happen again, man. You don't want it. I've had people pull guns on me. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So we don't want to go there. We want to live life. Life is good. So my friend Alex said a long time ago, and I believe that. Live life. Life is good. Enjoy life. Live it to the fullest. So yeah, don't do that. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit long-winded, but you get the point. You wanna not become the experience. Don't lend it any energy, and then do the hardwiring of yourself too, to change. You know, let your heart make the first snap judgment, and then it gets to your brain, and that'll really give you a much better chance of having a whole shot on not messing up. And remember those people in that car. You know, don't be the person that made the experience too. I'm gonna say that's number 5. Don't be the person that made the experience. Do not be that person. Do not create a road rage scenario. And don't worry, don't say, how do you do that, Phil? That's number 1. Number 1 is the answer to that. You're rewiring yourself to not be fight or flight, to be consideration, and then the possibility of fight or flight. So it's more like it's compassion, and then maybe fight or flight. But you're gonna snap yourself, and you're gonna see yourself, and don't be mad. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna forget it. It's gonna slip up a little bit, but you're gonna get better at it. And the more your heart pops in there and it makes good decisions for you, let me tell you, my friends, on my great honor to tell you this, it's gonna change everything in your life, man. Every single thing in your life's gonna get changed. It's just so good. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, let your heart be the first decision maker in anyone's life is going to make things good. You have my word, I promise. So there you go. Those are the 5 good tips I have about not being a part of road rage. And I believe in you guys, and I know you can do it. And so go out there and don't be road raging, and have a nice drive, and enjoy your coffee. Make sure you get that coffee in the morning, though, or you might do it anyways. That coffee, man, you better have it. So yeah, anyways, love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.